Hey everyone, Garbage here. Now that people are starting to show more interest in my multiplayer game that I'm making, I thought I'd answer a few common questions and comments I get about the game, starting with the big one. How much will my game cost when it's finished? And the short answer is that it's gonna be free. $0, 0 cents. And if that's all you need to know, see you later. Now, for the long answer, I think I summed up my thoughts pretty well in a recent live stream I did on my gaming channel. I think that's just the best way for games to go. If you're an independent game dev, nobody knows who you are, and you want to get people to play your game, you got to make it free. Who's gonna risk, $15, $20, $30 on a game from somebody that they don't even know? There are many more ways to make money beyond just the sale price. You got to get them into your game first. Now, if it's a single player game, I can understand, but for a multiplayer live service game, you gotta make it free. How do you think Danny's crab game got so big? If he charged even $5 for it, it wouldn't have nearly become as big as it is now. So hopefully that clears things up a little bit. By the way, this week I'll be streaming pretty much every single day on my gaming YouTube channel as well as my Twitch channel, and there's going to be some Apex, some Call of Duty, even some CSGO, even though I'm not very good at it. Links to the YouTube and Twitch channel down in the description below. Hope to see you there. Another question I get asked a lot is, will my game be available on console, mobile, and Linux? And the answer to each is hopefully yes. Now keep in mind, we are still in very early development and I need to focus on making an actual functioning game before I can even think about porting to other platforms. But when the time comes, I will do my very best to get the game on as many different platforms as possible, including all the major consoles, mobile, and of course, Windows, Mac, and Linux. The last thing I want to talk about is more of a response to a question that I asked you guys. In my last video, I asked whether you prefer first-person shooters with long TTKs or short TTKs. TTK being time to kill. And it seems that the majority of responses favored games with long TTKs over games with short TTKs, with the primary reason being that long TTK requires more skill. And yeah, I can see the logic in that. The weaker the guns are in a game, the more bullets you have to land on an enemy's body in order to confirm the kill. And that's not easy to do, especially when the enemy is doing everything in their power to avoid being killed. Another benefit to long TTK is that it gives players time to outplay their opponents with superior aim and tactics in the event they get caught off guard. But does this mean that a long TTK game like Apex Legends has a higher skill ceiling than a short TTK game like CSGO? I'm not so sure about that. In CSGO, if you get a headshot with an AK or a body shot with an AWP, you can kill an enemy instantaneously, barring any server lag. In Apex Legends, if you get a headshot with a Kraber, you can also down an opponent basically instantaneously. It takes a little bit longer because the bullets are physics-based and there's a bit of travel time involved, but the difference is very slight. But in both games, in order to take advantage of the near instant time to kill, you have to use very specific high-skill weapons and you have to have good aim. I would say it's a little bit harder to use the Kraber over an AWP, but neither one of them are particularly easy weapons to use. Now, of course, in most scenarios, even pros are not getting perfect headshots every single time. And so if you take human error into account, on average, you might find that the difference in TTK between Apex and CS is not nearly as large as it feels. There is a difference, just not as big as you might think. Not to mention that both games are very unique and require completely different skill sets to be successful at, and so it's not easy to say that one game requires more skill than another. I don't think there's a single Apex pro out there who thinks it's easy to become a CS pro just because it has a faster average time to kill. In fact, CS is one of the most respected esports out there because of its extremely high skill ceiling, and Apex is no slouch in the skill ceiling department either. But yeah, if you want to learn more about the somewhat unintuitive way TTK actually works in video games, Philip Gann made an excellent video talking about it in greater detail, link in the description below. Anyways, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and bell for more gaming content, links to my Twitter and streaming channels down below, and as always, have a nice day.